Hi team, welcome to Tuesday and to a topic I love actually. It's one that I'm not sure I've learnt the lesson completely. It's one I'm learning, but it's one that for me was an eye-opener, because what I realized was how I had done myself down by not applying the advice that I'm about to talk through today. And as I said, I'm not convinced that I still apply it totally or correctly. And the piece of advice is that what you allow will continue. So if in your life there are things that are happening to you that you don't like, if you allow them to continue, then guess what? They will continue to happen. It's only when you decide that you are going to draw a line in the sand and put boundaries in place that will ever change. And that sounds obvious and logical when you say it, as I've just said it now. And we would all like to think that that's what we do. But sadly, it's not what we do. And we then allow situations to occur where we compromise or we capitulate. And we allow a situation to continue because we're not prepared to confront and to stand up for ourselves. So if you tolerate being put down, you will always be put down. If you tolerate being used or abused, you will always be used or abused. What you need to learn is there are boundaries that you need to put in place that will stop people from putting you down, abusing you. And the key, I think, in this is being prepared to confront and being prepared for the angry reaction that comes from the confronting. The moment you decide that what you're going to do is start to confront somebody about their abuse of you or of your time or of your skills, you're going to get an angry reaction back again. So the question then is, well, how do I cope with or handle the angry reaction? And the answer is by standing your ground. And when you value you and you value your time and you value your worth, you value your business, you value your expertise, then you are prepared to make that stand. So if you're not making that stand now, it's because you're not valuing yourself. So get a piece of paper and start writing down what is it that you need to value about you in this year that will make this year completely different, that will give you the ability to stop allowing people to walk all over you or use you. For me, it was in a number of different areas, but in a professional sense, I would often give advice to people who couldn't afford to pay for it, but who then that became a habit where they thought they could always ask and get something for free. And unfortunately, the moment you start doing that, there are a whole lot of things that impact that one action, because then other people start asking for free, but then you value yourself less. And I found myself doing that. I valued myself less. So I would give the advice out in order to be able to feel valued and then feel abused once I'd given the advice out and not charged for it, but then feeling guilty about charging for it so that you charge less and less. And that's where you need then to start, and for me that was the lesson I needed to learn, was to start putting in place the boundary that says, if you want professional advice, firstly it's during working hours, or if it's an emergency, I will do it outside of hours, but it's paid for. And that's paid for up front. And the person who decides whether it's going to be a gratis payment done on a benevolent basis is mine, not somebody else's. And I will then make that decision on my criteria, not somebody else's. When I could start doing that, a number of things happened. And what was interesting is that it freed my time. It gave me a lot more space, but it also improved my self-esteem and my view of myself. Because now I wasn't allowing myself to be walked all over. I valued myself enough to charge what my time was worth, get paid for that, and feel good about getting paid for it, so increase my feeling of self-worth and self-esteem. So team, go back and look at where you're being abused and decide. You can't obviously change all of them all at once, but decide these particular ones or this particular one I'm going to start taking action on now, and start working on it. You probably need to do a bit of a written plan so that you can see it and reread it every day to make sure that you stick to that and hold yourself accountable to that. Team, have a wonderful day.